Yo, what's up? You know who it is. Your boy Westside Gregory up in here hosting another episode of Raw Radio 513, baby. We keep on bringing the hits in the studio. Keep bringing good podcast shows. So what I want y'all to do is hit that like and that subscribe button. And when you push that subscribe button, it's a little bell over there that's going to pop up and hit all up there on the top of that bell. And guess what? I truly appreciate y'all. Thanks for being subscribers. Thanks for hitting like. And even if you can't do it, then guess what? Thanks for the view. You're awesome. If you got a story you want to tell or got something to get off your chest, hit us up at 513-557-0397 Raw Radio, baby.
You are now listening to Raw Radio with Westside Gregory.
Now today's topic is about when people tell you that they don't mess with their family, they don't mess with. And what's even creepier, if they go, I don't mess with nobody in my family, dude. That's a sick motherfucker. You need to watch that person because everybody in your family can't be an enemy of you. You gotta be the person. Okay, I understand things happen and people go against like other family members and things like that, but to say you don't mess with nobody in your family, man, that's kind of like creepy. I remember I used to say that to people, so I used to be like, I don't fuck with nobody in my family. Like, damn. So I wonder if I looked at to them how people look to me when they say they don't mess with nobody in their family. You know what I'm saying? And hey, hold on. This is a little off the subject, but hey, this beat hard. Yeah, I do beats. Got my own studio, own podcast station. Yeah, that beat raw. So any beat y'all hear that come on, yes, I made it. Y'all don't have to ask. But anyway, I'm gonna get back to it. But saying that you don't mess with nobody in your family, that's kind of like, man, like I said, I understand we all go through things with our family, but not everybody in your family could be wicked. You see what I'm saying? It gotta be you. Like, and I'm gonna say this, this ain't all about people saying that they don't mess with their family. I'm just telling y'all like how important it is to have family around. I don't care if it's one or two members, that's good. Okay, I ain't saying you gotta mess with everybody in your family, but to say that you don't mess with nobody in your family, man, that's a dangerous individual, man. Mentally. And they dangerous to themselves. And this how it play out. They sit in the house because I'm talking firsthand. Like a lot of this stuff, people be feeling it because I be talking firsthand. But you sitting in the house talking about you don't mess with none of your family. You don't mess with this. You don't do this with none of your family. And the whole time a motherfucker be in there suffering. And if you ain't, kudos to you, kitty. But at the same time, a lot of people, that's where mental health come from. Like people. Mental health deteriorating, it come from that being in the house. Or such and such don't fuck with me, I don't fuck with them. Like you don't never know who fuck with you in the family until you start picking up that phone or as soon as you start going around. Listen, I'm like this, I could give a fuck less who fuck with me and my family because I'ma still fuck with them. You understand? So it's like this, I don't have nothing against nobody in my family, and I never sit up again in my life and be like, hey, I don't fuck with this person, I don't fuck with that person in my family. Definitely not to an outsider. You never tell a fucking outsider like that you don't fuck with somebody in your family. You understand? You never tell a fucking outsider that you don't fuck with somebody in your family. And I'm gonna tell you something, family is so fucking important, man. It's important. And trust me, I'm speaking firsthand. Like how I told y'all how I used to be rebellious as hell, didn't give a fuck. You see what I'm saying? But at the same time, that ain't what it's about. The older I got, I became mature. You see what I'm saying? And I started noticing I'm my biggest enemy. Like a lot of us is that just sit in the house and just say this person don't fuck with me, this person don't fuck with me, or I don't fuck with this person. Nah, you know why? Because that's the devil. That's devil talk. You don't. How can you know who mess with you or who like you if you don't even talk to that person or get that person a shot? Whether it's in a relationship or whether it's family business. You see what I'm saying? Like, family is so important, it's so powerful. Like, people hate when you got your family. Like, when I start coming around my family more, and when they start, like, I ain't never did no like bullshit, but I have talked shit and have, but whatever, that's squash. You know what I'm saying? We family. Nobody worried about that shit, but I'm bringing it to y'all because I'm letting y'all know how it be in families. Sometimes you got to pick up that phone and try calling people. Like, people in the family look at me, they be like, oh, Greg, he could get this from such and such, or such and such, Greg this. Yeah, that's because every time I call them, they not just hearing from me saying, hey, look, can I get some money? Or me saying, hey, can I have this? Or me saying, can I have that? I need this. Nah, when they hear from me, I'm calling just to mess with them. I don't care if I call one of my family members, like my uncles. I call them and say nothing. But guess what? It's the thought that I called them, and I'm not asking for nothing. Even with my auntie, my cousins, and everybody else, when I call them, I'm messing with them. I ain't got my hand out. So take a different approach sometimes. When people be like, oh, such and such, then they won't help me with this, they won't help you with it. Yeah, take a different approach. Stop calling people every time you need something, or stop coming around every time you in debt or something. Like, don't do that. That's where all that mental stuff come from. When you thinking somebody don't like you, then you sitting in the house, and then you know what come next. But that's another episode that I'm gonna talk about. It's contemplating suicide, and it's built in hatred, when the whole time it's just the devil. It's the devil. You don't know who like you and who don't like you until you make that approach. And even if you make that approach, the first time it's not gonna be. It probably ain't gonna be bitter. I mean, it probably ain't gonna be the sweetest thing ever. But guess what? It's still an attempt. It's still an approach. Sometimes you gotta swallow your pride and be the bigger man, be the bigger woman. And another reason why I can't never get into it with nobody in my family, because I know behavior. I know when somebody finna get mad. I know when somebody finna get upset. I know when to leave. Especially my little cousins, the people I grew up around. Like I told my auntie, how the fuck could I get into it with one of my little cousins? I know them. I grew up with them. I know when they getting mad. I know when they happy. You see what I'm saying? So it should never be a problem. But let me get back to this. Quit telling people that you ain't fuck with nobody in your family, because you easier to take advantage of, and people know that. But when I came back around, people started looking at me like, dad, he got this, he got that, he looking good. Family is power. So when people, everywhere I go, I talk about my family. I'll be like, well, hold on, let me call my auntie and see. Or hold on, let me call one of my cousins. Or you know what? One of my little cousins, or one of my big cousins, or my uncles, or my aunties, and such and such. So when I be bringing that to people, especially like people that think like they overpowering somebody or in upper management, nah, you got to tell these people you got family. Because the worst thing you could do is talk about how much you hate your family to an outsider, because psychologically speaking, it make you look weak, and it set you up to be vulnerable. You understand? But like I said, if you out there handling everything and everything on your own, you still a miserable motherfucker. You miserable as hell. You can't tell me, you can't even leave in a comment below and tell me that you not miserable. You are. So the moral of the story is, I don't know if you got nothing out of it, whoever listening, you could take it or you could leave it. But quit telling people that you don't fuck with nobody in your family, because for one, you degrading yourself, and then two, you taking in making yourself look weak. If you don't mess with nobody in your family, you the problem. You're the problem. Fix it. If you got a story you want to tell or got something to get off your chest, hit us up at 513-557-0397 Raw Radio, baby.
You are now listening to Raw Radio with Westside Gregory.